Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another live Manchester United news, transfer news and update show with discussions with you guys surrounding the Ronaldo situation and more. The first sort of half of this video will be about all the latest news surrounding Ronaldo. There's a poll below if you haven't voted in it, go vote in it, but 87% of you think it's the right decision to terminate Ronaldo's contract. The second half of this video, we might get into some World Cup stuff, but the first half is going to be solely United related, but we could do a cheeky World Cup quiz or game at the end of the live stream as well. But big up everybody tuning into the stream. Make sure you smash that like button. Please do go ahead and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new and share the video. Let me know your thoughts on the Ronaldo contract situation and more in the chat. I think this is going to be more of an interactive live stream. I want to start the live stream with getting through all the news. There's about 5-6 big stories about will Ronaldo be sued, his contract being terminated. I'm going to tell you why Ronaldo's contract's been terminated, what's going on, when will it be announced, all of that in just a second, and then we can discuss it. Then we can get into some World Cup stuff. But I'm just going to dive right into the news, and then I want to have a discussion with you guys, see what your thought process is and all that. In other news, Garnacho has got Player of the Month for Manchester United, which is brilliant. And Alanga spoke about the Ronaldo situation, saying that he's not going to judge Ronaldo on the interview because Ronaldo's only been good to him. Bruno said he hadn't even watched the interview, and Wayne Rooney was very respectful of the response. I don't think anyone wants to talk shit about Ronaldo now because he might do another fucking interview on them. But the story coming out right now is that Man United have not ruled out suing. No, I'm not, oh, that's so cringe. No, you're so cringe. So cringe. Man United have not ruled out suing Cristiano Ronaldo as well as sacking him, but it seems unlikely as the club do not want to get dragged into a legal battle. I think Man United just want to go, boom, let's get him gone. Let's get him out of contract. Let's get that 16 million so we don't have to pay it to him. Blah, 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 blah. I'm about to get into the report that basically says Man United have found a legal issue that Ronaldo's broke his contract so they can terminate his contract without having to pay him 16 million. And effectively, that's what's going to happen. That is the process. The reason Man United aren't going to comment on it and their statements are very broad is because this is a legal thing. There's lawyers involved. You get Ronaldo out of his contract. That is the situation going on. So let me go and get all the news up on the screen for you people as well. No official termination. The termination has basically been confirmed, but not official. You know when FABRIZIO Romano does a here we go, the deal is confirmed, but it's not official until United announces it. So the way to explain this, I think the best way to explain this to you guys is when we signed Casemiro, we got a FABRIZIO Romano here we go. So we know the deal was done, but the Casemiro deal wasn't official until Man United announced Casemiro after his medical. So the Casemiro deal was official when United announced him in the stadium and his medical and all of that. But the Casemiro here we go was when it was done. And right now we're in a situation where we've almost got the here we go, Ronaldo's contract's been terminated, but Man United have got to do the paperwork before they can announce it. That is the best. And I'll tell you what, I'll get into the news about who said it's been terminated and all that in just a second. But essentially, Man United, we sign Anthony. We know it's done. FABRIZIO Romano goes, here we go. But United need to do the paperwork. Anthony needs to do his medical. Some legal things need to happen. Then Anthony's announced it's official. Right now, Ronaldo's contract has been terminated. The journalist, that's what the journalists are basically saying. But there's a few paperwork issues need to be done for it to be official. And when it's official, it's announced. I think that's probably how I describe it, if that makes sense. But I do want to get into this really good story by Chris Wheeler, who's kind of given us the latest on the Ronaldo situation, what Man United's stance is, Ten Hag and the Glazers' thoughts, and more. So keep smashing the likes, people, as well. But let me get the story up for you here. And then we've also got some CODY GAKPO news to get into as well. So, breaking news. Manchester United have taken the first steps towards kicking Cristiano Ronaldo out of the club. He will effectively be sacked for breach of contract, which will be torn up. Plus, the Portugal star is set to lose 40 million in wages, was the beginning of the story from Chris Wheeler. 40 million in wages set to go. His contract is set to be ripped up, is what he's saying as well. Chris Wheeler says that Manchester United has decided there's no way back for Ronaldo, and his teammates are said to be ambivalent towards him as well. The team apparently don't want him back, and Manchester United have said there is no way back for Cristiano Ronaldo. That is what was said by Chris Wheeler today. It was followed up by Chris Wheeler saying that Manchester United do not want to pay Cristiano Ronaldo any compensation after tearing up his contract, because that would be seen as rewarding disloyalty, and Man United will not be giving Ronaldo any compensation unless they have to. And it then was said by Chris Wheeler that the Glazers, Richard Arnold, John Murtough and Ten Hag decided that Cristiano Ronaldo has burnt his bridges at Manchester United and there's no way back. Manchester United saying no way back for Cristiano Ronaldo, telling Cristiano Ronaldo he can never come back. Just in, the Glazers, Arnold, Murtough said to Ronaldo, no way back. And that Manchester United lawyers are satisfied that Cristiano Ronaldo has breached the terms of his contract, so his contract will be able to be ripped up without Manchester United having to pay him the 16 million he's owed in wages. And then Manchester United are currently exploring Ronaldo's contract termination with lawyers over legal action, and that Cristiano Ronaldo, according to Jamie Jackson, has been instructed not to return to Carrington after his participation in the World Cup, with ESPN saying that Ronaldo has been informed that he will not be welcome back at Carrington training base after the World Cup. And sources have told ESPN that United are hoping to conclude their action against Ronaldo as swiftly as possible, but right now he's been told not to return to Manchester United. And sources are saying that United are seeking to terminate Ronaldo's deal on and potentially sue Ronaldo on breach of contract. And Paul Hurst has said that Cristiano Ronaldo has been told he's no longer welcome at Carrington. And FABRIZIO Romano has come out and said that Manchester United are prepared to instruct Cristiano Ronaldo not to return to Carrington after the World Cup. This is one of the first steps after the interview. Will follow more in the coming days. So that is what's been said by all the Tier 1 journalists. Man United suing Ronaldo. Maybe not suing Ronaldo, but United are terminating Ronaldo's contract. They decided they want to terminate Ronaldo's contract. That decision is done. United decided they want to terminate Ronaldo's contract, but they're doing the legal way to see if they can terminate his contract without having to pay him the 16 million he's owed in wages. So that is the situation right now. Contract termination underway. United making sure they have to pay him underway. This whole process, bish, bash, bosh, underway. Very much underway. They can't talk on it a lot. It's a legal process, but they believe that it can be wrapped up in the next few days. It's been decided by United, and apparently they've informed Cristiano Ronaldo he cannot come back to Carrington. He cannot come back to Manchester United. Even if his contract hasn't been terminated by end of December, Man United told him not to come back and just stay in Portugal. That's what United said to him, because obviously this will take a while with the legal situation, but United do hope to have it wrapped up as well. So that is the situation regarding Ronaldo. Of course, let me know your thoughts as well. Why sue him? That's a bit much. Yeah, I think just suing him, I think this, the Glazers are petty. Why would Man United sue Ronaldo? Because they want money out of him. That's why the Glazers would sue Ronaldo, but it's just a long legal process as well. And Ronaldo deserves to go to a better team, but that's no excuse to behave like that. Exactly, Steve. Ronaldo deserves to go, but his behaviour was out of order. And, well, Ronaldo got what he wanted, says Common Sensei. I guess he did. And it's probably the best decision for both parties if Ronaldo and United part way. Ronaldo gets what he wanted, and obviously he gets to leave, and Ten Hag gets what he wants. Ronaldo's gone, and we can move on. And hopefully a striker in January, because we can get rid of Ronaldo, but if we don't sign a striker in January, why, as much as it was the right decision to get rid of Ronaldo, we're very fucked, because Martial cannot play 90 minutes without getting injured. I swear as well. So Ronaldo's basically been told by Manchester United not to return, people. Is that the right or wrong decision? Majority of people saying United were right to terminate Cristiano Ronaldo's contract. I'm not sure why it's not coming up here, but Cristiano Ronaldo has been instructed not to return to Manchester United after the World Cup as well. We need to spend in the January window and need to spend big in the summer window. Absolutely spot on. Manchester United have to spend in January. I'm going to get into the CODY GAKPO news. I'm going to get into the new striker news. Ronaldo's gone. As I've said, if you've just joined the live stream, Ronaldo's contract's been terminated, but it's not official. You know when you get here we go from Fabrizio Romano, but it's not official until the club announced the player. Right now, we know from all the journalists, Man United have decided to terminate Ronaldo's contract. Man United are in the legal process of terminating Ronaldo's contract. There's lawyers involved. They can't comment much on it, but they're trying to terminate Ronaldo's contract without paying 16 million. That is done. United decided to terminate Ronaldo's contract. That's bish, bash, bosh, done. He's been told not to come back. Ronaldo is gone. We're now waiting the announcement. We've had the here we go. I guess Fabrizio Romano obviously hasn't said here we go, Ronaldo contract terminated. But what I'm saying is we've had the equivalent of a here we go. All the journalists saying United decided to terminate Ronaldo's contract. It's like we know Ronaldo's contract is terminated. We're waiting for the official announcement. It's like when we sign Anthony, we go, here we go. We know we're getting Anthony, but it's not official until United announce Anthony after his medical and a week later. This is the same with Ronaldo. We know Ronaldo's going, but it might not be official till next week because United have got to do the paperwork before they can announce it officially, if that makes sense. But United have told Ronaldo not to come back. Reportedly, some of the players at Manchester United do not want Ronaldo to come back and feel strongly, and this was a report that certain Manchester United players reportedly feel strongly that Cristiano Ronaldo should not return, which I think is a petty attitude. I think Ronaldo disrespected the manager, and I think as a fan, Ronaldo shouldn't return. But I think, you know, them players that are feeling very strongly that Ronaldo shouldn't return are probably those players that were having issues with Ronaldo. You know, the one thing I don't like about this is the stories that a lot of people are happy that Ronaldo's leaving in the sense of players at the club. I don't like this. As soon as Ronaldo's joined, there's been beef with a section of players at the club, and I hate all these stories that this player hates Ronaldo and this player hates Ronaldo. Ronaldo leaving is the right decision, but we don't want stories about his teammates celebrating that he's leaving. We don't want that at all. Now, I've always said this. Ronaldo wants to go. Ten Hag wants Ronaldo gone. Ronaldo's causing issues. You can't have Ronaldo. Look, at the end of the day, I love Ronaldo. He hasn't ruined his legacy for me. He's a fantastic player, and he did what he needed to do to get out. I say needed to do. I don't agree with that. He was very disrespectful to Ten Hag and didn't need to do that. But I think he did this to get out of the club. He wanted to get out of the club. And my overall thought process at the end of the day is the Glazers use Ronaldo as a marketing tool. The Glazers hold on to Ronaldo for sponsorships and all of that. Make as much money as they could out of him. And the best thing about them is this has all gone and backfired in the Glazers' face. This is going to make them Glazers look like twats. And the best part of this is the Glazers use Ronaldo as a marketing tool. They could have signed a good young striker for Ole. They thought Ronaldo, got to get him, marketing tool, bish, bash, bosh. Use Ronaldo as a marketing tool. Wouldn't let him leave in the summer because they want to make some more money from sponsors and social media because that's what Ronaldo drives in. And then Ronaldo's just done an interview and absolutely exposed them. And, you know, Glazers have been used as a marketing tool, but the Ronaldo interview itself, unacceptable. What he said on Ten Hag, unacceptable. And I've always said that Ronaldo can't come back because if Ronaldo goes and says that about the manager and Man United welcome him back into the squad, you know, it makes Ten Hag look a mug. How can you expect the teammates to respect Ten Hag if a player goes on public TV, slanders him, and then he starts a couple of weeks later? The players wouldn't respect Ten Hag. Then the dressing room would realise that this manager's got no power over the board and that the board will back the players over the manager again, and then player power FC will happen. And, you know, we need to see, and I think the good thing about this is the board are backing Ten Hag on this. Are the board backing Ten Hag on this because he actually slammed the board? Probably yes, and because they could save 16 million this year by terminating his contract. But that's probably why the board are backing Ten Hag. But the good thing about this is the board are backing Ten Hag's decision to terminate Ronaldo's contract. United are in the legal process of terminating Ronaldo's contract. That is completely confirmed. And I think that sends a message to the rest of the squad of no one is bigger than the manager. No one is bigger than the club. If Cristiano Ronaldo isn't bigger than the manager, then none of you guys are. And that is the message that it sends. And that's a strong message. And I very much like that it sends that message as well. If you want to know right now what's going on, that Manchester United do not want to pay Ronaldo any of his compensation as well. And lawyers are satisfied that the Cristiano Ronaldo has breached his contract. And Manchester United are exploring terminating Ronaldo's contract, and they're talking with lawyers over legal action as well. So let me get this tweet up here. We obviously, Man United are basically, this is tier 1 Laurie Whitwell. Basically, he's saying United want to terminate Ronaldo's contract, but they've got to explore with, you know, the lawyers and all of that, making sure they don't get in trouble. And that, but keep voting in the poll, people, if you think Ronaldo should leave. There's another story that came out earlier today surrounding if Ronaldo should leave or not. Jason Burt, the Telegraph, said there's a general acceptance at Man United that he should never play for the club again. Apparently, a lot of the players, staff, and coaches and board members agree Ronaldo shouldn't play again. Senior figures have been holding talks of how to deal with the Ronaldo situation and have decided that Ronaldo should go. It's also been said that, you know, Joel Glazer was involved in these discussions and very angry with Ronaldo, which we spoke about in my video earlier, and that Man United are exploring the possibility of sacking Ronaldo following his interview. That was said 3 days ago. We know that's been followed up as a yes. And obviously, if Man United can't get Ronaldo's contract terminated, their second option would be to agree an amicable termination where Ronaldo could walk away for free. He said the least likely option is Ronaldo returning to United, and lots of good journalists saying there's a strong chance that Ronaldo never plays for Manchester United again, and there's a strong chance you won't see United. The thing, lock him up. Don't think he needs to be locked up. Are Arsenal looking at Ronaldo? I will fucking cry if Ronaldo goes to Arsenal. I will lose it. Ronaldo, don't be a twat. Do not go to Arsenal. Do not go near Arsenal, Cristiano Ronaldo. I hate the worst part of the interview for me was that Ronaldo came out and he went, yeah, if it's not Man United, I wouldn't mind Arsenal winning the Premier League. Ronaldo. You said. Now I tell you what, the biggest rant video you ever see if Ronaldo goes to Arsenal. Biggest rant video ever. For Manchester United, the real mission now is to find the behind the scenes, to find the right striker and find the right solution for Romano. Because Fabrizio Romano is very clever with his words. Fabrizio Romano knows that basically we're terminating Ronaldo's contract and we're looking to sign a new striker, but he's going to word it in a way where, you know, if that doesn't happen, that, you know, it can't be caught out. And Fabrizio Romano very much hinting, bish bash bosh, Ronaldo terminated, new contract coming in, which makes sense as well. And obviously, you know, we've got we've put up this story loads of times. This was the story that came out a few days ago. The situation hasn't changed, especially because part 2 of the interview, the things he said on Ten Hag, the things he said on the Glazers were, well, the things he said on the Glazers were fucking amazing, but the things he said on Ten Hag were unacceptable. But it was said here, breaking, Manchester United ready to rip up Cristiano Ronaldo's contract with the club as well. Ronaldo will be free from this rotting hell. I think it's good for Ronaldo and it's good for Manchester United as well. And United fans need to digest Newcastle was above them despite Man United spending all the money in January. Arsenal #1. You guys have some big mouths. I mean, I think United know that this is a slow and steady rebuild, but we do have some deluded fans. And I mean, you know, it's normal to be deluded, I think, from time to time. Alex B with a good comment here saying, can't keep a star player like Ronaldo against his wishes and force him to the bench as well. How did you think it would end? And that's a good point. You know, at the end of the day, you have a player like Ronaldo and you're forcing him to sit on the bench. How do we expect it to end? And some players who can't take anything from what Ronaldo does in training, I bet. There's a lot of players that don't like Ronaldo and don't listen to him in training. And why just terminate his contract and not sell him? Because they just want him gone now. Once if no one wants to buy him. They want him gone because he's a dressing room issue. And if they terminate his contract, they could get £16 million from it in terms of the money they save in wages as well. And I think that's what Man United want to do as well. And why would CR7 want to sit on the bench for Arsenal? I think he might start for Arsenal, but I don't know if he really fits into Arteta's system as well. Liverpool getting new owners, unfortunately, well, hopefully the Glazers go by Liverpool. If Liverpool get new owners, I hope they're shit. And this is something I wanted to talk about, actually. I want to get back onto the Ronaldo topic. I want to talk to you guys about this in a sec. But at the end of the day, I think this is a heartbreaking end to the Ronaldo situation. The only real winner is Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan's son for getting the football boots. But, you know, Alex B makes a good point. How do we expect it to end? You know, this is a really sad ending, but this ending has been caused by the negligence of the club, by the owners for 10 years. Our owners have sat there and neglected this club for how many years? They sat here, they signed a player that didn't fit Ollie's plan, let's be honest. You know, wasn't a long-term player because they saw it was Ronaldo. And that was brilliant. It was an amazing moment. But they signed Ronaldo because they saw the social media, the sponsorship, the general influence of signing Ronaldo. So Man United go and sign Ronaldo. And it's brilliant. Like that Ronaldo Newcastle day was fantastic. But Ronaldo comes to United and it's a shit show. And the reason it's a shit show is because the board, you know, had employed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who did the best job he could, but wasn't the greatest manager in the world. The board was still giving players like Phil Jones and Erik Bailly new contracts. There was a lot of crap players at United. There was a lot of players that were being rewarded for mediocrity. And the mentality at United was poor. Ronaldo comes to United side with no winning mentality and absolutely poor mentality, no work rate. He comes and sees that United's facilities haven't changed in 20-odd years and probably thinks, what the fuck am I doing here? A lot of players have said when they left United, they couldn't believe how poorly it was run. You know, it's not just Ronaldo to say this. Ronaldo comes to United, we have an awful first season, and Ronaldo does everything he can. His baby dies. To be fair to Ronaldo, he scores 18 goals in the Premier League, 6 goals in the Champions League, carries United on his back that first season, and the summer happens, and Ronaldo wants to move. And rightly so, Ronaldo wants to move. A player like Cristiano Ronaldo, who had carried us last season, should not be playing in the Europa League. So, you know, Ronaldo wants his move, doesn't get his move. Some people saying that no one wanted to buy him. Other people saying that loads of people wanted to buy him. There's one story saying that United wouldn't let Ronaldo go because they wanted to get this new sponsorship in and that money would drop if Ronaldo left. Another source saying that Ronaldo had no options. We never know what went on. But anyway, the fact that United was run so poorly was the reason Ronaldo wanted to leave. The fact that Ronaldo saw we weren't doing good action in January is why he wanted to leave. Ten Hag actually told Ronaldo in the summer that he could leave, and Ten Hag told Ronaldo in the summer that he would happily let him leave if he didn't want to be here. The board didn't back Ten Hag on that. The board decided to give Ten Hag, a 37-year-old striker that he said could go and doesn't want to be here, and a Martial made of glass to get through the season. And this was on the board. They forced Ronaldo to stay. When Ten Hag said he can go, when Ten Hag and Ronaldo both wanted him to go, you know, they forced Ronaldo to stay because they couldn't be bothered to go and find a replacement because they'd spent 100 million on Antony. It was the board's fault for spending 100 million on Antony. They could have got 50 million if they'd have got him sooner. So the board go, you know what, let's have Ronaldo at United. Ronaldo's not really playing a lot for United because he's not really in Ten Hag's plans, you know, and all of that. So Ronaldo's not playing for United. And at the end of the day, you know, the board only brought this on themselves. Man United's in the place it is because of the board, because of the owners. Ronaldo is here because of the board, because of the owners. They were looking at Ronaldo thinking, how much money can we make out of his shirt sales? How much money can we make out of him on social media? And didn't realise they just caused the bigger problem because they've just been looking at Ronaldo and what he can bring and all of that. And you know what? And it comes back to the board. And the sad reality is, at the end of the day, the board caused this. As Alex B said, at the end of the day, the board caused this shit show. And I hope it blows back in their face. And the reason Ronaldo's doing this interview is because of the board not being honest with him. And, you know, while it's a sad interview, while it's a heartbreaking end to Ronaldo at United, because Ronaldo's effectively left Manchester United and there wasn't that nice farewell game that we all wanted to see. He left United on a bitter note, sacked, contract being terminated. It's a sad story because Ronaldo coming in was such an amazing thing and it's ended so sour, and that is because of the board. We should have just let him go in the summer, but they weren't willing to back Ten Hag and bring in a new striker. You know, I just think, if I'm being honest, just very, very upset with the way that this has all happened. I think, you know, it doesn't make me think any less of Ronaldo. I just think he's a bit of a dickhead for going on a Rooney and a bit of a dickhead for going on the Ten Hag. And I think that Ronaldo's probably struggling mentally to come to terms with the decline of his career and that he's not as good as he used to be. And, you know, that's understandable. But at the same time, I loved how Ronaldo went on the Glazers. I loved how he went on the board, whether he went on it to make sure his contract got terminated for his own gain. I loved that Ronaldo had gone in on the board, gone in on the Glazers. And at the end of the day, this interview would have never happened if Man United were a properly run club. They'd always had a proper manager, not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, if Man United operated like Man City, this whole situation would have never happened because we'd either let Ronaldo go in the summer or we'd have never brought him. And this is just the product of Man United negligence. Man United let this club rot. Old Trafford's a mess. Carrington's a mess. The club is a mess. They've not invested much. They've let this club rot. And someone like Ronaldo comes in and sees that. And then all of a sudden, he's unhappy. And look, it's a sad ending for Ronaldo, but I think he has to go. What he said about Ten Hag is absolutely unacceptable. He has to go. It's better for the club. It's better for him. It's what he wants. But it's just sad. Like, I'm not angry about it because although there was aspects of the interview I didn't like, and I thought, why is Ronaldo saying that? I'm not angry about it. I'm just upset as well. I think it's just sad. It's a failure on the owners for not being able to keep one off the best footballer. Yeah, and board didn't know Ronaldo, the person, at all. I'm not surprised how this deteriorated so quickly. Ronaldo's ambitious, the board isn't. And I think at the end of the day, the moral of the story is it's been incredibly bad management by United. Whilst what Ronaldo did is unacceptable, it's basically been incredibly bad management. Make sure you subscribe, people, if you're new. And smash the like button as well. The incompetence of the Manchester United hierarchy is disgraceful. Bringing CR7 back to begin with was a bad decision. And look, I actually somewhat agree with this. Now, I always think Ronaldo carried us last season, and I think, thank fuck we had Ronaldo and De Gea last season, but it wasn't actually a smart decision to bring Man United back. One, we had Cavani and Martial, and I think, you know, that just kind of disrupted them. And also, we didn't know what was going to happen with Greenwood. And, you know, before Ronaldo came, Greenwood had scored 4 goals and 4. We also had Cavani and Martial that could play striker. I thought we were in a actually quite good position before we signed Ronaldo. We were just sitting there going, we need a DM, we need a DM, we need a DM. We needed Casemiro. We needed a Casemiro, not Ronaldo. And and that's what United really needed. And, you know, we signed Sancho, we signed Varane, and the Glazers were like, that's it, boom. But we needed a DM, thinking we could go into the season with McTominay and do something. Because Ole got second in the season, that Chelsea was shit, Liverpool was shit, and only and Arsenal and Tottenham was shit. Actually, any other season, Ole probably would have got 6th. Let's be honest. So we get Sancho, who wasn't great, and we get Varane, who's injury-ridden, and we get Ronaldo that kind of disrupts the way we play, in the sense that when Ronaldo plays striker, I feel like everyone is trying to force the ball to Ronaldo. Look, I love Ronaldo, but I feel like when Ronaldo plays striker, it is like, let's force the ball to Ronaldo. Ronaldo's up there. Let's give the ball to Ronaldo. I don't think we play as well as a team with Ronaldo striker. However, Ronaldo carried us on his own back last season. I appreciate Ronaldo for that, and I think he deserves more credit than what he got for last season. But I do think signing Ronaldo was a bad decision. I think we should have signed a DM. You know, I think we should have signed a Casemiro and not Ronaldo, because We had Ronaldo up top and McFred in midfield, but we could have had Greenwood up top because we didn't know what was obviously going to happen with Greenwood. We could have had Martial up top. We could have had Cavani up top. And you know what? People say, oh, Cavani was unreliable. Martial went on loan, and look what happened with Greenwood, which is true. But at the start of the season, we wouldn't anticipate that. If Martial was playing more, he could have come back to old Martial. Cavani had a strop because Ronaldo was the main number 9, and that's why Cavani was annoyed. And Greenwood's just to see you next Tuesday. But, you know, I think there was no real need to actually sign a striker that summer. Now we're desperate for a striker, but there was no real need that summer to sign a striker. And you know, we went and signed one, and I was happy because it was Ronaldo. Like, who wouldn't be happy? I was like, I love Ronaldo. My go, so super happy we signed Ronaldo, and you know what, he saved us last season. I'm glad we signed him. But from a logical perspective, I even remember saying when the week we signed Ronaldo, I still think we need a DM more than Ronaldo. I still think that, you know, it's difficult to say I couldn't have Ronaldo back at United, and I could never say it was a bad signing because the moment of it was just absolutely brilliant for me. But United, more than anything, needed a DM. And this goes again back to the board of we had to play last season without a midfield. That is why we were awful last season. Nothing to do with Ronaldo. And that goes back to the board's negligence. And it was just proof that we only signed Ronaldo, not because Ollie wanted him, not because we needed a striker. We signed Ronaldo because the Glazers saw an opportunity to create money. In that, since Ronaldo's joined for United, Manchester United's social media has gone up quicker than any other club. Since Ronaldo's joined United, no team has made more money from a sponsorship. No team has made more money from shirt sales. No team has made more money from, you know, the shirt arm sponsorship. Man United can charge more than any other club in the Premier League for sponsorship shirt sales, and no team has had more social media interactions than Manchester United since Ronaldo's joined. No one has made more money through revenue outside of football since Cristiano Ronaldo has joined Manchester United. The money we spent on Ronaldo, we make back in shirt sales. Since Ronaldo's left Juventus, their social media's gone down 95%. 95%. This is the impact of Cristiano Ronaldo, and this is the real reason we signed him. They didn't, you know, if we had proper owners, and I love Ronaldo, but look, Bayern Munich offered Ronaldo, said no. Tuchel said no to Ronaldo. A lot of the big proper clubs are saying no to Ronaldo because they realise he's 37, he's on high wages. They don't play with this kind of striker anymore, so it disrupts the way we play. But if Man United are proper owners, they go, we love Ronaldo, Ronaldo's return would be brilliant, but we need a DM, and we've got to invest our money in a DM. We've got a young striker coming through in Greenwood, who at the time was, you know, 4 goals and 4, looked like the next big thing, but he ruined it. But we weren't to know that at the time. This is what I'm trying to say. We would have got a Declan, we would have got a Casemiro. I think that I don't regret us signing Ronaldo. I still to this day don't think we should regret signing Ronaldo because he's gone out with a juicy bang of calling out the Glazers. And, you know, at the end of the day, this puts pressure on the Glazers. At the end of the day, you know, Ronaldo speaking out against the Glazers, whether the ulterior motive behind it was for Ronaldo's gain, Ronaldo speaking out against the Glazers is fantastic, people. Absolutely fantastic. And for me, I you know what? The Ten Hag stuff, unacceptable. The drama caused, unacceptable. But we got to see Ronaldo back in the United shirt. I got to go to Old Trafford and watch Ronaldo play. There were so many good memories, so many good things to come out of this. So I think that's my overall thought process and perspective as well. Ronaldo's still stuck in the Sergei era, not suitable for modern football. I do somewhat agree with that as well. We still need a new striker in January. Everybody get in the chat. What new striker would you like to see in January? We need a new striker or forget top 4. Exactly. I think we even need a backup right back as well. And Diego says it's the failure of the owners not being able to keep one of, if not the best football to play the game. Exactly. It's a failure of the Glazers. It's terrible management. But scrolling down to the bottom of the live chat because I'm quite behind, trust me, GAKPO would be a great signing in January. GAKPO isn't an out-and-out striker, but GAKPO, guys, can play number 9. He has played number 9 for PSV. He's got unbelievable stats. My only fear with GAKPO is he's going to rip it up at the World Cup and he's going to go incredibly up in price. The only thing is, I'll tell you this for a fact. So CODY GAKPO, who is probably the most likely signing. Now, the most likely signing, in my opinion, is Choupo-Moting because it's a very Manchester United signing. But in terms of realism, CODY GAKPO is a left winger, very similar to Rashford, that can play centre forward, versatile, quick, young player that Ten Hag wanted in the summer. PSV have to sell CODY GAKPO in January due to financial issues, and PSV are in a position where they can't reject anything less than 26 million for CODY GAKPO because they have to get rid of him. CODY GAKPO wants to join Man United. Erik ten Hag wants CODY GAKPO. This has been confirmed by Romano. Erik ten Hag and CODY GAKPO have the exact same agent, people. Exact same agent. They have a good relationship. CODY GAKPO has even come out publicly and said he was disappointed he didn't get his summer move to Manchester United. It was very close to happening. He's a winger that can also play centre forward. Right now, OSIMHEN, Napoli aren't going to sell the top of the league and you need 100 million. VLAHOVIC, Juventus aren't going to sell to the end of the season and you need 100 million. MBAPPE, forget about it. KANE, forget about it. Ivan Toney, fuck knows because of that betting stuff. Right now, the only 10-hour target available is not an out-and-out striker, but it's an attacker. It's someone that can add depth and do that role. And at the end of the day, you need all the attacking depth you can get. And CODY GAKPO is probably the best signing Manchester United can make because Ten Hag wants him. And obviously, he's got the best stats in Europe. I think right now we'll be linked to all these top strikers. I tweeted this. I actually tweeted this. Let me show you my tweet. I said this. Watch Man United be linked to all the top strikers these next few months in a Glazer PR spin, then go sign Choupo-Moting and make up some excuses about why we could not get Ten Hag's first choice, calling it now no replacement for Ronaldo or a 33-year-old. I generally think if we don't get CODY GAKPO, this is what will happen. And I think the reason we might not get CODY GAKPO is, one, his price could go up if he has a good World Cup. Two, there will be competition from actually ambitious clubs like Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and even Real Madrid. And those ambitious clubs want to get things done. Believe it or not, Man United aren't the most ambitious club in the world as well. Ivan Toney would be good, but I don't know what's going on with this Ivan Toney betting situation. We don't want a player that comes here and can't play because they've got a 6-month ban or something. You know, that's what we don't want as well. I'd still get Toney even if he gets suspended. He's a true striker. I think Toney's a true striker, but it depends what his suspension is. If it's like 12 weeks, then yeah, it's just like an injury as well. And who's going to want to sign for us after this? You know what? Someone made a really good tweet. Someone said the other day, let's see if I can find it, that, you know, the worst part about this Ronaldo interview, and a lot of people aren't realising this, is who's going to want to sign for United after hearing Ronaldo talk about how bad the board is. Ronaldo has come out and said that going to United was hell, the board was bad, they didn't communicate with him, the board has no ambition, they don't care about the club, it's a marketing club. You know, Ronaldo saying this does mean that, you know, it's not going to help us pull. One sec, let me take a quick water. Ronaldo coming out and saying this, it could have implications and negative ones, and that is, you know, the things he said about the Glazers can have positive ones. Maybe the Glazers will spend, maybe it can help the Glazers out, but you know, the only real winner at the end of the day, as I said, is Piers Morgan for the money. But you know what a player's going to think. Oh, that's Man United, but Ronaldo said it's shit. You don't understand how influential Ronaldo is. Every single player does the sue. Every single player is doing Ronaldo's new celebration. People don't realise how influential Ronaldo is. You see it. You know, I said, I'm quite 50-50 on this. I don't have a strong opinion either way. You know, there's a lot of Man United fans that I hate Ronaldo, get him out, you fucking tosspot, Ronaldo, fuck you. And there's a lot of Man United fans that are like, how dare Ten Hag do this? I hate Ten Hag, what a bitch, Ronaldo forever. There's a lot of Man United fans that are Ronaldo stands. And that's someone that feels quite neutral in the situation. I love Ronaldo, but I will fully respect and I'll back the manager. And in my opinion, no player is bigger than Man United. That is my stance. I will say, you know, aspects of the Ronaldo interview was right, aspects were wrong. And I'll get these passionate Ronaldo fans be like, fuck you, Alice, you stop watching you. I'm not going to watch you anymore now because you're defending Ten Hag. I get that, you know, from people in the comments. Because Ronaldo has the craziest influence ever. So many people follow Ronaldo, and so many players in world football look up at Ronaldo. They copy his celebration. That doesn't happen with Messi. You can argue who's the best footballer, Messi or Ronaldo. Messi versus Ronaldo, ability, who's better is a debatable thing. But in terms of influence, Ronaldo is clear of Messi. In terms of actual influence, in terms of how big he is, Ronaldo is clear of Messi. Ronaldo is the most followed guy on Instagram. Ronaldo is the most talked about person ever. Ronaldo sold more shirts in 24 hours when he signed for Man United than Messi did in 2 months at PSG or 1 month at PSG. Might need to fact check that. But something like Ronaldo sold more shirts in 1 hour or 1 day or 1 week than Messi did in 1 month at PSG. Like, in terms of influence, Ronaldo is just the biggest ever. You know, talking of influence, Garnacho is absolutely in love with Ronaldo, and I just wanted to get this up on the screen because Garnacho's played 7 games for us, hasn't even started all his matches. Garnacho's only started 4 games for United, only played 7 games for United and got 4 Man of the Matches and Player of the Month award, just talking about Garnacho. But people, the negative thing is Ronaldo slandering Man United. People forget Ronaldo's influence. People listen to Ronaldo. People copy Ronaldo. And if we try and sign a player and they go, yeah, but Ronaldo said this, I'm going to go to Man City, I'm going to go to Liverpool, that does happen. Because over the last 10 years, because of the Glazer ownership, because of us not being in the Champions League, because of us not being consistent, you know, we lose out on players to City and Liverpool, whereas 10 years ago, that was unheard of. And this could really be the same now. You know, while we're in a better place, and I look at United and I think Ten Hag's doing a great job. I see a real project going on with United and the rebuild, and I'm like, yeah, no, you know what? I could sit here and I say I fully believe Erik ten Hag's doing something. I fully believe Erik ten Hag's building something United. I can sit here and I can say that very comfortably. But someone else might go, no, what is Ten Hag doing? Ten Hag is doing nothing. You know, Ronaldo said this, Ronaldo said that, and you know the influence Ronaldo has, it is crazy, and I do worry that is that going to stop someone? No, I think at the end of the day you'd have to be quite a silly footballer to be stopped by what Ronaldo says, and I don't think it's about really what Ronaldo says, but you know, with the way Man United's been run, if you're a young player and you want a stable club, you don't choose Man United, which, you know, at the end of the day, that is the sad truth. You want a stable club, you want a stable environment, then you don't go to Man United. And it makes me sad to say that. It makes me really sad to say that as well. Need 6 players ASAP. We do need 6 players as well. A lot of people saying if they could bring anyone to Manchester United, it would be GAKPO. I think GAKPO is probably the best realistic signing. And Alpha says, I'm happy for Garnacho. That guy just needs to keep his head down and he will be the next big thing. I agree. Ivan Toney humiliated City on his own. We should sign him. You know what? I agree. I'm just worried about this gambling thing, what implications it might have, what punishments it can have. We'll have to wait and see. But I've been talking about Ivan Toney for a year. And I'll tell you something now. When I brought Ivan Toney up in March, do you know what? When I brought Ivan Toney up in March, people were laughing at me. Oh, what Ivan Toney, overrated English top spot. And I get why people think that, because a lot of English players are incredibly overrated. But I was bringing up Ivan Toney because I'd watched him and I thought this guy was brilliant. And I get comments, and one of them was, I think, that Johnny guy on Twitter that tweets 24/7. And he was laughing at me. I made a potential of who Ten Hag should sign when we first appointed Ten Hag. And I said, striker, Ivan Toney. And this Johnny guy on Twitter, who tweets all the time, was laughing at it. He was laughing at it, retweets like, what's she on about? Ivan Toney. Shut the fuck up. Ivan fucking Toney. Just because he's English, people assume overrated striker. I've been saying it for a while. There is a player in Ivan Toney, and I will continue to say that he's a top player. He humiliated City on his own. And the reason I said to Ivan Toney to Man United, and I'm going to tell you this now, and this is my interesting thought process. You know, number 9s aren't what they used to be in modern football. You know, the old school number 9, the Ronaldos, that's not always what you need. Man United's a club right now where we're not creating a lot of chances for our attackers. And Ivan Toney is very much a number 9 that creates a lot himself. If you watch Ivan Toney play for Brentford, he doesn't just score goals, but he can make goals happen. And people will look at Gabriel Jesus. You know, Man City have signed Haaland and regressed, a proper number 9. You look at that. Man City signed a proper number 9 and regressed. Liverpool signed Darwin Núñez, a proper number 9, and regressed. Arsenal have signed Jesus, who isn't a proper number 9, is a link-up play number 9, not a goal scorer, and got better. I actually think we're going, and this is just an unpopular opinion, I'm not saying this is factual, but I think we're going in a direction in football where signing a proven goal scorer isn't the be-all and end-all now. I think we need a striker that has the ability to link play and create chances. And while Gabriel Jesus, people say he's missed loads of big chances, Gabriel Jesus, you know, what he does for Arsenal off the ball is incredible. He makes these runs, he makes these dribbles, he's always in the right place, he links up play. Arsenal create a lot more chances because of Gabriel Jesus. And people will say Arsenal have missed the most chances this season. But last season, Arsenal weren't creating that many chances. This season, they sign one player, they're creating a lot more. Whether he's missed a lot or not, that's, you know, he's creating them. And I think we're moving in a place of football where the old school number 9, and maybe it's just an opinion, maybe it's a silly opinion, but we need a number 9 that I think scores goals. You need a proven goal scorer, 100%. But I think you need someone that you know can create and do a little bit more off the ball. And a lot of people will laugh at that and probably think I'm talking shit, and it is an unpopular opinion of mine, but I did want to throw that out as well. Please keep smashing the like button. Please do keep smashing the like button, people, and subscribe if you're new as well, and all of that as well. And United need to be a bit more blunt and transparent with their statement when they terminate his contract. Something like, we're happy to pay his remaining wages if that means removing toxicity, says SM, which is interesting as well. Man, you pay the man, and 2 years without Messi, no La Liga titles, and have been out of the UCL group 2 in a row. Madrid with no Ronaldo, one UCL title and 2 La Liga titles. Madrid are coping better without Ronaldo than Barcelona without Messi. 95 likes, people, as well. People reckon Toney will get an 18-month ban like Joey Bart, and that'll be really sad because Toney's in the best spell of his career, which I think makes it worse. I mean, why would you do it? He's absolutely stupid. Why would he even do it? I don't even get why you even risk it. But I guess when you do it 200 times, you don't get caught. You're going to do it 201 times and 202 times. And GAKPO would be a great signing. And Jamie Rand says, I saw Ronaldo in his prime the first time he signed for us. And that one I'm going to remember. Not the ones who's coming to the end of his career. I'm not that bothered he's going. And you know what? I was lucky. My earliest memories of football were Rooney and Ronaldo, which is a shame because they seem to fucking hate each other now. But I'm so grateful that I got to grow up watching Rooney and Ronaldo play for United and watch the Man United days, Fergie, Ronaldo. Even though I'm born in 2000 and look, I was 13 the last time Man United won the Premier League. I wasn't particularly old. It's still amazing to witness, I think. And, you know, a lot of people will turn on Ronaldo and not like Ronaldo because of this. But for me, it will never affect his legacy because, you know, I sit here and I go, at the end of the day, this would never happen if we didn't have the shit board. Ronaldo's not ruined his legacy at Man United for me because Ronaldo's just a top player. You know, he's got this winning mentality, himself above everyone else, and people won't like that. But at the end of the day, he shouldn't have done the interview. At the end of the day, he's made himself look like a bit of a twat. At the end of the day, he's doing the interview because of the mess the Glazers have caused over neglecting this club for how many years since Sir Alex has left. You know, Ronaldo, people say he ruined his legacy. No. Should his contract be terminated? Yes. Should Ronaldo leave Man United? Yes. Is it best for Ronaldo to leave Manchester United? Yes, I strongly agree with all of those things. But to say Ronaldo's legacy, for me, it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. And people will disagree with that as well. Link up play, keeper, 10-arc system, exactly. You think a number 9 will die in the future? Alice Pep last season is proof you can be a great team without one. Exactly. That's another good point. That's why I'm saying the old school number 9 maybe isn't that necessity we think it is. Let me go on the Twitter, see if there's any breaking news, people. Just while we're here as well. Just Luke Shaw tweets. I'm just going to see if there's any breaking news before I want to get into this interesting World Cup bit of the show. I want to do a little World Cup with you game in about 5 minutes. World Cup, World Cup. I actually have the World Cup song stuck in my head as well. But this was obviously the story. Ronaldo no longer welcome at Carrington. And then it was said that Manchester United are hoping to conclude their actions against Ronaldo as swiftly as possible. Mention this at the start of the video, people. And it was that said that Man United are exploring terminating Ronaldo's contract, but obviously this was the big story. Breaking: Cristiano Ronaldo will effectively be sacked for breach of contract, which will be torn up. He is set to lose 16 million on wages. That is the main situation on Ronaldo. Witness Ronaldo win things at United already, so he's left a legacy. Exactly. And at the end of the day, sometimes you have to be an egotistical prat to be the best footballer in the world, and because you've got to, you know, to get that good. Sometimes you've got to have that attitude as well. Ivan Toney charged with 232 counts of illegal betting. I don't know how long Ivan Toney's gonna. I don't think that United will be able to get Ivan Toney because I don't think he's getting away with that. But I'm saying if that never happened, then yeah. SM says it's a narcissist personality, not a winning one. Guy lives in a self-deluded ego chamber who attacks everyone that criticizes him. I do agree with parts of that. I don't think it's the best personality to have, but I think it's the reason he got to the top. Is my point as well. And Premier League is a tough place to succeed. Look at how Nunes and Haaland have been slowly worked out. Haaland's been brilliant. Nunes has been okay. Haaland's been brilliant. But Bundesliga to Premier League, they all seem to flop. But tell you what, Timo Werner goes back to the Bundesliga, scores goals. I'm not as focused on the number 9 role as I'm about to be having attackers that can actually put chances away. Good, interesting point there as well. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the big conclusion, I think everyone can agree on this. Man United need a number 9. And the main reason Man United need a number 9 is our only number 9, now Ronaldo's gone, is Anthony Martial. And I like Martial. I'm sure you guys like Martial. Well, some of you guys might not like Martial. But look, what I'm saying is he is our only number 9, Anthony Martial. Our only single number 9. And that's not good. That's not good, people. He's like, he does not stay fit for. He can't even play a full game. I don't think he's played a full game this season. I like Martial, and I think he's a good player. But 1, he doesn't guarantee you goals. He's very inconsistent. 2, he can't stay fit. And 3, you know, if you look at the fixture list after the World Cup, it's a match every 3 days. Man United have got a game every 3 days, especially if we stay in the Europa League. If we beat Barcelona, you know, we're in all the cup competitions. It's a match every 3 games. You need 2 strikers to play a match every 3 games anyway, because even if Martial stays fit, he can't play all those games. It just will knacker him out. You know, you got to look at it like that. There's no way United can't sign a striker. If Man United don't sign a striker, it's an outrage. It's an absolute outrage if Manchester United don't sign a striker. That's all I can say as well. New striker Maguire says, Yash. Oh, don't even wire me up, Yash. This is the thing. The ball will go on. Maguire can play striker 10. I'll go deal with that as well. Honestly, apparently sometimes you have to be a delicious strawberry. What a prat. Did Ronaldo say that? I don't know. I didn't listen to all Ronaldo says. The worst part of the interview though was when Piers Morgan asked the most dickheadish, awful question in football history. Piers Morgan goes to Ronaldo. Is there more money in your bank? Do you have more? No, it's something like about what do you have more, Instagram followers or money in the bank? Who says to someone, Instagram followers or money in that? I sat there for this. This is the cringiest bit of the interview ever. Like the cringiest bit. I was like, nah, he did not just go there. Nah, he did not just say, yes, he's Piers Morgan. He's a twat. Of course he says that. I thought, honestly, what is going on here? What is going on here? Man United terminating Ronaldo's contract is proof it's betrayal. They should let him back after the World Cup, and at the end of the season, either sides would decide to sign a contract or not. Ronaldo doesn't want to be here, and Ten Hag doesn't want him. What good does it do letting Ronaldo back as well? Piers was kissing arse. You know what's funny is all these old quotes where Piers slanders Ronaldo. This is the thing. Piers kissed Meghan Markle's arse. She then decided she wanted nothing to do with him. He slanders her. You know, that's the same. Ronaldo that decided he didn't like Piers Morgan. He started saying Messi was better. Piers Morgan is the description of someone that bases their opinion on people, a lot of his relationship with them and bias as well. I tell you what, Piers Morgan was, as an Arsenal scumbag, putting words into his mouth, and Piers Morgan was highly manipulating the interview, very heavily manipulating the interview. And you could tell that he was trying to get him to say things. He was trying to stir up. He was saying, yeah, Rooney said this about you. Do you think it's because Rooney was bitter and jealous? Piers Morgan knew exactly what he was doing. And from a business perspective, Piers Morgan is fantastic from his job, at his job. I will look at Piers Morgan and go, you were fantastic at your job. You're incredibly successful because you know how to do journalism. You know how to get views. But from a moral perspective, he doesn't care who he exploits. Piers Morgan is very smart. He is one of the best journalists he's ever been. He's one of the most successful journalists there will ever be. Okay, because he knows business. He knows how to get views, and he's willing to do anything to do it. He's willing to make himself look like a prat. He's willing to clickbait, you know, the death of Ronaldo's child, all shocking revelations. He is willing to do a lot, and he's willing to say what he thinks, and he doesn't care what anyone thinks about him. And from a business perspective, he's dragged out this Ronaldo interview a week. He's got all these views. He's manipulated these questions to get Ronaldo to say the dramatic things. Well done. From a personal perspective, you know, if I was Ronaldo, I'd be pissed at him. I would say I've been played because he's played Ronaldo in that interview. And whilst Ronaldo should know better, and I'm not defending Ronaldo, I'm not saying, oh, it's not Ronaldo's fault. Piers played him, la-di-la-di-la. That's not what I mean. But what I'm saying is, you know, Ronaldo is a grown man. He knows better. He knows he shouldn't say that about Ten Hag and all of that. And Ronaldo's not perfect, but he was played a bit by Piers Morgan. And I will sit there and I'll say that now. You know, Ronaldo didn't have to answer about the money. Most savvy people would cite that question. It wasn't interesting. I think Ronaldo was very off guard as well. Also, doesn't help that Ronaldo isn't completely fluent in English. Ronaldo does have a similar interview. I hope Ronaldo does a similar interview when he's retired in Portuguese. I don't think that makes a big difference to me, but it's, yeah. I wish the Glazers had a contract which could be terminated. I wish that as well. I mean, if someone said Ronaldo comes back and plays games for United or the Glazers are gone, the Glazers are gone, easy. Even if Ronaldo coming back causes some short-term problems for 6 months and Ten Hag's angry and the squad's disarrayed and Ronaldo's unhappy, anything to get the Glazers out. Anything to get the Glazers out. Simon Jordan damning on TalkSport. What did Simon Jordan say on TalkSport? Wasn't it? I know. So I can't remember what he said, but Simon Jordan said something about what Piers Morgan had asked. It was something about why didn't you ask Ronaldo about who said this, but you were asking Meghan Markle who said that? Or so, I don't know what it was, but Simon Jordan absolutely spoke sense. I don't know where it is. What did he say? I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find what he absolutely did him. This is quite funny. Jesus Christ. Simon Jordan, Piers Morgan, who said, I think it was something like, no, I'm trying to find, I'm trying to think, Piers Morgan, I think Ronaldo, I'm going to say that, I don't know what's going to come, no, it's not coming up. If I can find it, I will. If I can find it, I will. But anyway, Piers Morgan got absolutely schooled. He absolutely got schooled. I tell you that now. The thing is, Piers Morgan's just getting bullied on Twitter. He literally made an article back in the day that's calling Ronaldo a spoiled brat. You know, Piers Morgan's absolutely... It is a very good at his job. And if I was to employ someone, I'd employ Piers Morgan. If I was doing a media business, 100%. I would do a podcast with Piers Morgan. But morally, Morally. He's come across like a twat. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted that Van der Sar spoke to The Athletic and that he's renewed his contract for another 3 years here at Ajax. So the rumours about Van der Sar joining United as director of football don't seem to be happening, as he's obviously renewed his contract as well, people. PSG should be Ronaldo's next destination. Ronaldo's PSG would be amazing. Ronaldo and Messi on the same team. Like, I think everyone would love to see Ronaldo and Messi on the same team. I do think, for me, I'd love to see Ronaldo at PSG. The same team as Messi would be pretty cool, wouldn't it, people? I'd like to see Mbappe at United, but you know what? More. I asked you guys, and more of you said that you don't want Mbappe at United than do. And I know Mbappe comes with ego problems and all of that, but I just think I still want Mbappe at United. Not that it's going to happen as well, but Simon cooked him literally, and I can't find it, which is annoying as well. But Simon absolutely Piers Morgan. Yeah, this was it. So basically, Piers Morgan, he was saying to Piers Morgan, why didn't you ask Ronaldo which players it was that criticised him, which players it was that weren't professional? But you asked Meghan Markle which members of the royal family are racist. Why didn't you ask Ronaldo the same questions? He absolutely put put Piers in his place. I thought that was funny. Mbappe and Ronaldo in the same team. Oh no. Oh no. You know who I'd like at United? Neymar. Good player. Always injured, not always the most reliable, might have the Paul Pogba effect on people, but I do like Neymar. Guys, I have an idea. Do you want to do a World Cup prediction game? There's obviously a bit of United stuff we can talk about, Ronaldo contract and stuff, but I was thinking I was going to do a World Cup predictions video, and then I was like, so I just do it in a live stream so we can do it together. Don't know if you guys want to see that, just let me know in the chat quickly. And Ronaldo and Danny Ings in the same team. And Man United will get Dominic Calvert-Lewin, please. No. And you need to watch it. Simon silenced him to the point that Piers Morgan asked to let him finish his sentence. You know what? I will bookmark watching Simon Jordan score Piers Morgan later, because I've only seen clips. I've not seen the whole thing. But I was thinking of doing World Cup predictor, people. I was doing this on my TikTok, and I thought, actually, this would be fun to do in a live stream. No, I don't want that one. That one's rubbish. Where's the good predictor? This is the good predictor. Play as a guest. I was thinking right now we do our World Cup predictions. Okay. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Anyone want to see that? But yeah, Alice, what's your thoughts on Anthony getting picked for Brazil and Anthony not getting picked for France? Martial's been injured. He's barely played, so understandable. And Anthony's been all right for United when he's played. So yeah, he's played a bit more. So yeah, I understand that. I think they were the right decisions. And all of that as well. Daniel says, love me some World Cup predictions. Well, look, I'm low-key thinking now. I've had to think about this. I think Netherlands will top the group. There is a small part of me that thinks Qatar are going to come second. And the only reason because of that is actually Qatar won some Arab competition. So they're not actually as awful as people think. But there's some rumours that Qatar are paying to make sure they beat Ecuador and Senegal. There's a few rumours going around that Qatar are paying a little bit of money to Ecuador to lose the opening game. Now, I know Ecuador's going to come fourth, right at the bottom fourth. I'm no Sadio Mane for Senegal. However, Senegal, they have some good players. They have better players than Qatar, and they won AFCON, and, they've got Koulibaly. There's a part of me that thinks Qatar could come second, but I'm going to put Senegal in second here. Let me know who you think as well. And I think this would be an interesting one. And Alice, I got the link. Yeah, someone send me the link to the Piers Morgan thing on Twitter. Someone DM me on Twitter the link, actually, to the Piers Morgan thing. But going into the second one, honestly, I say England should top the group because we're the best team. But it's Southgate and England against low blocks. Southgate not attacking creative football. It's an interesting one. I think USA will come on. I think they've got a good squad. I don't know. You know what? It's really hard, actually, because Wales have a good attack, but a very aging squad, but Wales have that experience. Iran, I think, have an underrated squad, but USA probably have the most exciting up-and-coming squad. They're all quite good teams. I think Wales, USA, and Iran are all quite good teams. However, I think it could be that. I think England... I think this is the Group B is the hardest to call. I honestly think that now. Iran, Qatar final. I think Group B is the craziest group. You've got USA, Iran, England, USA, England, Wales. You've got England and Wales derby. England, USA is like a derby. And, you know, Iran, America is just a political thing as well. I hate to say it, but England will not win the World Cup. I know Southgate won't win the World Cup. He will not win the World Cup as well. Brazil have the best depth. Argentina, I think, are the best team. Now, Argentina top that group. Saudi Arabia, while they play some nice stuff, I think they're coming bottom. Poland, I don't know. It's hard because international football, it's not always about who's the best. It's who plays the best. It's not always what you think. But Mexico seem to get out the group stage, don't they? Mexico always seems to do well. You know what? I've always said this. Denmark going to top the group. France going to come second. Tunisia going to come third. And Australia going to come fourth. And I actually feel weirdly confident that France won't top the group because they've got no Pogba, they've got no Kante. While they've got a fantastic squad, France have only won one in their last 5 games. Again, I think that Germany and Spain easily. I think this one could go either way. I think this one really could go either way. I'll go with Spain. I think Japan, Costa Rica. I think that's what will happen. Belgium will come top. But this is the thing. Belgium, Croatia and Morocco are not as good as they used to be. They're not. While I think that Canada have been impressive, I think that will happen. But I think Canada is a team that's better than it was. But all these teams are not as good as they used to be. So Canada could do something crazy and the excitement of the first World Cup. But I think still Belgium and Croatia will go through as well. Denmark have been amazing lately as well. Italy will win the World Cup. Italy obviously boycotting the World Cup. What can I say? Group G, Brazil, Cameroon bottom, Serbia second bottom, Switzerland second. I fully expect that to happen. This is a tough one. I actually might go with this. Uruguay to top, Portugal second. I don't rate Portugal's manager. Ghana third, Korea fourth. This is a difficult one. I'm going to go that actually. So that's my group stages. These are the round of 16. So we're going to go with Netherlands to win against Iran, Argentina to beat France, Spain to beat Croatia, Brazil to beat Portugal, England to beat Senegal, Denmark to beat Mexico, Germany to beat Belgium, and Uruguay. I think I'm going to go with that. You agree? I'm going to see what you people are saying as well. Uruguay got a good squad. I like Facundo Pellistri as well. France does have Camavinga and Tchouaméni, who are brilliant for Real Madrid, to be fair to them, but I just don't think France have been great lately. They haven't been the France that they used to be, if you know what I mean as well. So I think that's my prediction so far. A lot of people saying Brazil to win. Portugal might top the group. Portugal, Uruguay, it's hard. It's a 50-50 for me. I think this will be close, but Argentina. This will be close, but Brazil. I want to say England, but I could see us getting knocked out. I'm going to say England. This is difficult. Germany, Uruguay. This is really difficult. Germany. And then I'm putting it. Could England get to the final, people? This is unpopular. This is absolutely unpopular and crazy. Are you ready, people? Argentina to beat Brazil, who are the favourites. I said whoever wins this game between Brazil and Argentina wins the World Cup, 100%. And I think that, you know what? Brazil were the favourites, but Argentina 35 games unbeaten. I have a feeling just that whole Messi thing. And there's a rumour that Qatar are going to corrupt it so Messi win the World Cup. That's just a rumour though. And you know what? We beat Germany in the Euros. We have Southgate. He's shocking. And you know what? If England get knocked out in the group stage, I wouldn't be shocked. But if England make it to the final, I also wouldn't be shocked because you don't know with England. England-Argentina final. Now that would be a good final. It's not quite Portugal-Argentina. England-Argentina final. And I think Argentina will win it. That is, apparently I'm missing some second. Oh, I haven't put the scores. And no one cares about the scores. That is my prediction. I can't put England to win the World Cup. I don't even think England will go to the final. I'm just being deluded. I wouldn't even be shocked if we get knocked out of the group stage. But Argentina are going to win it. Argentina or Brazil. Whoever wins Argentina-Brazil, for me, is winning it. It's going back to South America. The World Cup is going back to South America, people, as well. Brazil's quality and depth and mix of youth and experience is insane. They're going to be hard to top. Yeah, that's the thing. Argentina haven't lost a game in 35 and beat Brazil the last time they played. Fred to take it home. All I want, if England don't win the World Cup, it better come home with a Man United player. That's all I'm saying. If England don't win the World Cup, it must come home with a United player, whether it's the Portuguese, the Brazilian, I don't care. Even if it's Uruguay, it's Pellistri, who's probably not going to play. But Guys, I want to say, please do smash that like button if you have not already. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you are new. That is the end of today's live stream. The last 10 minutes was World Cup chit chat. Just thought it'd be a bit of fun to do. The first start of the live stream was going in on the Ronaldo situation, the news on that, and more. So I want to thank everyone for tuning into today's live stream. There's a video tomorrow morning, and I will be back live tomorrow evening about 8 p.m. So make sure you subscribe for that. Set your notifications on. Big up everybody in the chat. See you next time, and bye.